Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
26. I want to deal with Rena because she knows it's true.
No.
This is a scary thing, Rena. No, give me Psalms 97 and 10 first. This is a scary thing. You already know. She doesn't know. So who's God gonna hold more accountable? You or her? Sis, right now you're in the crosshairs of God. How long you know this truth?
My friend kind of put me on to it like 3 years ago.
3 years, sis. You've known this, and you've not done anything about it. You understand?
Yeah.
So right now you're just waiting to die. Think about it. You understand? And we don't want our people to die.
Right.
You understand? Read that.
Psalms chapter 97 and verse 10.
Bring it out!
Ye that love the Lord, hate evil.
So your job is to hate evil. It could be your clothing. What holidays you celebrate?
All of them.
Damn, Rena! Rena, come on. Read it again. So right now, you don't hate evil. You partake in the evil. Read.
Ye that love the Lord, hate evil.
Your job as a woman of God, as a princess of God, is to hate the evil that our people do. Not to partake in evil. So, you know what? In a couple weeks, my sister right here, she's going to be at the turkey dinner table, slicing the turkey, all of that, the cranberry sauce and all of that, ain't it? So are you going to say Psalms 96 and what is it, 17? 94:16. I want to show you what God said. Rita. It's
Rhea.
not funny. I know. Rhea. It's not.
Rhea.
Huh?
Rhea.
That's what I said, Rhea.
You said Rhea, Rita.
Rhea. Rhea and Mia. Rhea.
Psalms
Watch
chapter
what God said.
94 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Guess what, Rhea? On Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, guess what we have in place that our people don't get caught up in Thanksgiving and those holidays? Guess what we have in place? We have a big old school over there that's open. And we going over the scriptures and we congregating, dealing with each other in the building. That way you escape the world.
Right.
You ain't got to partake in that. You tell your family, yo, I'm out of here. I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to the school.
Right.
I'm going where the righteousness is.
That's right. Right.
Oh, that made her sad. Oh, she got sad right there, y'all. I know what it is. It's your mama, ain't it? Your mama, your daddy. You love her so much. You got to do what the white man says. So what is it? What's holding you back?
I don't really celebrate the holiday. I just want to eat the food.
So you just want to eat the food. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. Let's see. No, you know the Bible.
Yeah.
You know the New Testament.
I read the Old Testament.
Okay. We're going to get something out of the New Testament. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 20.
You tell me what this means.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
They do what?
They sacrifice to devils.
You know what it means to sacrifice to devils? Christmas, birthdays, Easter, New Year's, Thanksgiving. You just did Halloween, didn't you? Come on, sis. You did Halloween? How she don't know this true and she didn't do Halloween, but sis.
I'm a 2-year-old. I'm supposed to take away all her holidays.
Oh, let's read it again. Let's read it. Then guess what? Guess what? A lot of us have to do the same thing. Your child's not gonna die. My daughter is fine without Halloween. Without dressing up like some damn devil. You understand? Your kid ain't gonna die.
What happens when she go to school? They don't celebrate Halloween in class?
Huh? What about God's feast days? Do you celebrate God's feast days? So look at this. Look at this guy right here. This is the white man is Jesus. You celebrate everything white society's telling you.
Right.
But what about the real Christ? You don't celebrate nothing that the real Christ did. That's a problem, sis. You understand? Read it again.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 20.
Bring it up.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
So guess what? Halloween, you think it's of God or of Satan?
Definitely not a God.
You believe it's of Satan?
Yeah.
It's of Satan. So where are you carrying your child to? Who are you and your child reverencing if you're celebrating Halloween?
I don't really be thinking about it like that. I just be thinking about just
But what does
the
God
things you do
say?
on the day of it.
What does God say? So you go to house doing trick or treat, right?
Yeah.
Who else does that? The world, the Gentiles. They gave our people that holiday.
That's right.
And it's an evil holiday from medieval times. Now you bring it up to speed today, you go dress. What was your daughter dressed up as? Huh? Who was she dressed up
She
as?
was dressed up as a witch.
She was dressed up as a witch. Damn! Come on, sis.
Y'all out here embarrassing
Hold
me
that,
on this
hold that. Deuteronomy 18 and 10.
Bring it up,
Let's
bring
hold
it up.
that.
Bring it up.
So you dress your daughter up as a witch, but you say you know the Bible, the Old Testament. You do know the Bible. Read what God said about a witch.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire,
To Molech, that was a guy named Molech. This is modern day abortion. Read.
or that useth divinations,
Sayings to the spirits. Read.
or an observer of time,
Go ahead.
or an enchanter,
Uh-huh.
or a witch,
Or a what?
or a witch,
Or a what?
or a witch.
So sis, God says there should be found none among you that's a witch.
Right.
That's what God says, sis. So you gotta do, listen, we all gotta do better. Right now the spotlight's on you, sis. You gotta do better. Now go back. Read it again, 1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 20.
Bring it up.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to God.
It's not of God. Read.
And I would not that you should have fellowship with devils.
Woo, sis. God said, I don't want you fellowshipping with devils, my sis. That's what God said. So now, what you gonna do? 1 Corinthians 8. What you gonna do, sis? You gonna still sacrifice to devils, and Christmas is coming up. You're gonna do the birthday gifts and all of that. Listen, all of it is of Satan. Your job is supposed to stand firm for Christ. That's your job, sis. What's your question, sis?
You said birthday.
Yes.
What's wrong with celebrating your birthday or anyone
I'm gonna
else's
get it for
birthday?
you. That's a good question. I'm gonna get it for you. Read that. 1 Corinthians 8 and 3. 4.
This is the book
But
of
before we go there, I want to finish with the sister real quick. All right?
1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 4. As concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that were offered in sacrifice unto idols.
Stop. Those things that were eaten and sacrificed unto idols. It's talking about food sacrificed unto idols. So, Christmas. You and your family are going to get together. It's the only time you see grandma. She cooks your favorite aunts coming over, your cousins, right? Y'all going to eat a big meal, but it's sacrificed unto idols.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
We know that an idol is nothing,
An idol is nothing. It's not real.
and that an idol is nothing in the world,
Read.
and that there is none other but God but one.
Read.
For though there be are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many, but to us there is but one God.
There's only one God.
That's right.
But now you have the appearance of other gods because you're celebrating it. Read.
The Father, of whom are all things,
Read.
and we in him, and one Lord, Jesus Christ, by whom are all things, and we by him.
Go ahead.
Howbeit,
Watch this now. Here's the point.
there is not in every man that knowledge.
Stop. God, now, Paul says that not everybody don't have this knowledge. That you have. You have the knowledge now, right? But now you're in a situation where you're setting a bad example. Read.
For some with conscience of the idol.
Stop. You have conscience that it's an idol.
un-
Not you don't have conscience. I'm not. She's more responsible than you because she already knows this, right? So you have conscience of the idol.
unto this hour, eat it as a thing offered unto an idol.
That's the position you're in right now. You're eating something that you know is sin. Read. You know it's idolatry. Read.
And their conscience, being weak, is defiled.
Stop. Your conscience is defiled. You're weak right now. You're in a weak state. You're not strong enough to tell your mama, I'm not coming because it's the European paganism and it's evil. Right now, you can't stand up. But watch what God says.
But meat commendeth us not to God.
So it doesn't matter. Now, it's talking about lawful meat. It could be beef, goat, chicken. It's lawful, but it doesn't commend us to God. Meaning what?
For neither if we eat are we better, neither if we eat not are we the worse.
It's because it's just meat. Go ahead.
But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Read it again for my sister. Read it nice and, I want you to read it nice and make her understand. Come on, bro.
But take heed,
Take heed, sister.
lest by any means
Any means.
this liberty of yours.
What's the liberty that you have that my sister may not have? What's the liberty? The knowledge of Christ.
Right.
You have that. You know you got to keep the laws of God. That's the liberty. You know you're an Israelite. That's the liberty. And you know you're not supposed to partake. That's the liberty. Read it again. Take heed.
But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
So how can your liberty become a stumbling block to those people that are weak? We're all the people. Remember the setting. You're eating Thanksgiving dinner. Remember the setting. How can you make them weak? How can you do them a disservice?
Like this service?
Yes.
I guess sitting down.
Now remember, you already know you're not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
You know better. Now, tell me, how? How can you do them a disservice? You come closer, sis. We don't
I
bite.
guess sitting down and eating the food with them.
Give me some. That's right. That's right. Because now, what example are you, listen, what example are you setting for those brothers and sisters at your table that they may be looking at you as an example? You know what? I see my sister changing. She's a woman of God now. I see she's on her way to the kingdom. I
Right.
want to follow her. Then they see you sit down to some turkey dinner on Thanksgiving, some ham on Thanksgiving. You eat pork? Damn! Sis! Oh! Sis! So we eat crab, shrimp, and lobster too. Okay, read on. Read on. 1 Corinthians 8, come on.
For if any man see that which knowledge sit at the meat in the idol's temple,
And the idol's temple meaning your mama house. That's where you going, ain't it? You going to mama house for Thanksgiving dinner, right? You go grandma, same thing.
I'm
Grandma,
not going
mama,
no
same
more. I'm
thing.
not even going no
Now
more.
you going to grandma's house for Thanksgiving, right? Read.
shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols.
How can that brother or sister that's watching you as an example be strong when they see you eating crab, shrimp, pork, lobster at Thanksgiving table, sis? You tell me. How? How is that possible, sis? Tell me. They can't. So now let's see what else. Read on.
1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 9.
Read it
But
up.
take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
So you understand the point, sis? Let's say you trying to come into this truth. You're following my sister. She heard the truth before you. But you're celebrating the same thing she celebrated. Y'all cousins or sisters. She's at the dinner table eating crab and ham. What you gonna think of what my sister's doing? Knowing you was following her as an example. What are you gonna think?
If she was, you're saying if she was to be doing this stuff, then she converted over, but she's still.
Yes. Yes. She's supposed to be keeping the laws of God. She's your example. You know that's what she's supposed to be doing. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna think? See that, sis? You see that? She's gonna think you're a hypocrite. So we can't do that. Read on.
For if any man see thee, which have knowledge,
That's you have knowledge.
sit at the meat in the idol's temple,
That's grandma's house.
shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat.
You're gonna make her emboldened to eat those things. Because she's gonna say, that's not that bad. It's just ham. Whatever. It's all good. You understand?
Those things which are offered to idols.
Those things are offered unto idols. Look, that's it. Read on.
And through thy knowledge
So through your knowledge, my sister,
shall the weak brother perish.
she's gonna die because she's gonna remain in her sin where you was her example.
Bring it out.
So that's a heavy thing, sis. You can't, you know what I mean? Now you got decisions to make. Go to Leviticus 11. 11 and 7. So let's go through some things, my sister. Leviticus 11.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7.
Bring it out!
And the swine, though he divide the hoof,
You know what swine is? Pork, right? Swine is pork. Those are swine. Come back. Come this way, sis. You know what swine is? Swine. Pork, right? Good. Read again.
And the swine.
Do you eat pork? Crab? Okay, you eat crab. Watch it.
Though he divide the hoof.
The swine, though he divide the hoof,
and be cloven-footed.
The pig is cloven-footed.
Yet he cheweth not the
He
cud.
doesn't chew the cud, meaning he doesn't digest his food in one stomach and regurgitate it and digest it in another. That's how a cow works. A pig don't work like that. A pig has one stomach. A pig holds all the what do you call it? The waste inside. There's no pores in a pig's skin. So where's all the waste supposed to go? Guess when you eat it, where's it going?
When I eat it?
Yeah, when you eat it.
What do you mean?
Okay, the pig is a filthy animal. It doesn't have pores, so it doesn't sweat. All the excrement is inside the pig. When you eat it, where is all of that waste going? It's going inside you. You understand?
Right.
So you can't do this. Read.
He is unclean to you.
What did God say?
He is unclean to you.
God said that thing is unclean. Read on.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
You ain't supposed to eat their flesh. Read.
Oh, I am sorry. And their carcass shall ye not touch.
Jump to verse 9. Now, let's talk about crabs. So you understand you can't eat pork. Good. Let's talk about crab, shrimp, and lobster. Verse 9.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
Now he's talking about the diet for the foods you can eat that are in the ocean, the rivers, the seas.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Oh, if it has fins, scales, and what else?
And, I'm sorry,
Read it again.
whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters.
Stop. Whatsoever have fins and scales. Do crabs have fins and scales? What about lobster? Shrimp. Shrimp? No, right? Read.
In the
But
seas.
you like shrimp. I know you like shrimp. See that? I love shrimp. I just dip it in the butter. Right? You dip it in the butter. You put a little, what is that red stuff? Cocktail sauce. God said it's an abomination.
Right.
That's what God said. We're going to dip the lobster, crab, tail, and all of that stuff in the butter, right? And you feel good. You feel like, oh man, I spent some good money on this lobster, right? God said it's an abomination. And guess what? The white man knows it's an abomination.
That's right.
Read it again.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters.
So you have, what about all the fish that have fins and scales? Y'all don't like those?
I like those.
Okay, you got snapper, salmon, whiting, cod, bass, sea bat. You got a trout. You got all kinds of fish that are lawful for you to eat. Why eat the abomination?
Right.
Due to y'all eating the abomination, now the ocean is dirty as hell.
Right.
You know that? What is the purpose of a shrimp or a crab or a lobster? To do what? So if y'all are eating everything that's if y'all are eating the trash receptacle of the ocean, what's going to happen to the ocean? It's going to be dirty, like it is now. You understand? Now, let me ask you this: a cockroach. What's the difference with a cockroach on Earth, on the land? What does a cockroach do?
I only see cockroaches crawling. I don't know what do they do.
Okay, let's ask my sister, Rhea. Rhea, what do cockroaches? Tell Nia what cockroaches do. Like what? Sort of like what a crab or a lobster or a shrimp does in the water. Oh, you know what that means? And you notice they got the same body. They got an outside skeleton. You know why they got an outside skeleton like a roach? You know why? Let me tell you why. Because it's the same. They're from the same family.
That's right.
Just like one's in the ocean, one's on the earth. But they have the same function and do the same thing, sister. Think about it.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.